Hi, this is Trooper Joe from ArchAngel of Return to Chivalry, and you can catch my show on 7averadio.com every Wednesday from 3 to 4. Thank you. ArchAngel of Return to Chivalry, and I hope everybody out there is feeling good. I know we had some bad things going on with the politics, which I'm not really going to talk about because it's getting a little boring for me to see all the nastiness that people can throw at one another, and everybody in this country seems to be absorbing it in some way. It's like nobody's asking the real question: how are you going to make this country better for me? You know, not whether you win this and I get to say I picked this one or I picked that one. Nah, I don't care. You know, how you going to make it better for me? That's what I'm not hearing in the politics. And anyway, I want to give a request to the people out there, because I heard about the 2 police officers being killed while they were sitting in their cars and stuff. And you know, come on, people, we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. You know, I mean, I can understand a lot of people got a lot of feelings and there's a lot of emotion attached to things like this, but someone has to be the big person in the house, you know. So, and big people don't, you know, you got to be better than that. We have to fix the system, you know. This here is not fixing everything. You're just making a whole lot of people very nervous and upset, and that you don't want to make the person with the guns nervous. That's really not a very good strategy. I feel bad for the police officers' families, and you know, because all police officers aren't bad. No, I'm thinking now most police officers are going to be scared, you know, because it's like there's a lot of people out there and you don't know what's going on. So I feel bad for that, but people, we got to be better than that. We just have to be better than that, you know. That's all I really have to say about that type of situation. Well, today we're going to have a little interview. We got an interview we did with a little 11-year-old lovely little girl. Her name is Muriel. Yeah, and she's a budding entrepreneur. Muriel has a little line that she does with stuffed animals. And she did that out of the kindness of her heart for her friend. She'll tell you about it in the interview and stuff. And she's really talented. She's got business skills. She's 11 years old, and she started this obviously when she was around 9. She got a creative mind, just the way she designed these things, and we'll get to that. And she has courage to go on and take on an entrepreneurial type of mindset and adventure to try to make this work. And most of all, folks, she did this out of the kindness of her heart, so her heart is filled with love right here like this. So we got new technology, and like I said, this here is brought to you on 7 Ave Radio, and you can find this here on Facebook.com, ArchAngel of Return to Chivalry, and I'm here with Will from the 5 o'clock shadow. So we're trying our best, folks, to bring you good entertainment. You know, and with that, now we're going to bring in Muriel. We're going to key up this interview with the very talented and very inspiring, lovely little Muriel Campbell.
Hello.
All right. Hi, this is Trooper Joe, and I'm here with Muriel, the young 11-year-old entrepreneur who fashioned all these beautiful little dinosaur type of stuffed animals thing, a creation of her own mind. People got to understand, this young lady is just 11 years old, and she's already out there making her way in the world. Muriel, what caused you to do this type of venture?
Well, I really like sewing, and so I started sewing for my friends, and well, this is the type of thing I sewed, and that looks a lot worse than like this, so that was sewn a while back. But I I started sewing because I really like to sew, and so I wanted to sew things for my friends, and so that's why I started to sew this type of thing.
Hey, that's cool. I like him. I think he's cool. So that's your first piece that you did, right? Mm-hmm. And your friends, they really took off on this? They really enjoyed you doing this type of thing?
Yeah, they started to actually order some. It's like I would give them the stuffed animal that they wanted, and so then I would just bring it to them as a gift, but they would be the ones to order it. So
you not only design them from your own mind, you create whatever else is in someone else's mind, right?
Well, I have restrictions, like I can't make something that's too difficult with too many details, but yeah, I do make like simple things like a stegosaurus like this, or a turtle, and so that kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool. You gonna put it on Facebook and put it out there to sell to everybody in the whole world? Because they would like that, I think, you know. They can put them in their hospital beds or on their pillows and stuff.
Yeah.
Take them for walks. No?
Well, we did actually try to start up an Etsy store, but...
A what store?
An Etsy store. There's a website called Etsy where you can buy things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we tried to set up that, but... Yeah, that might happen, possibly. It will probably happen, but I have to build up a stock beforehand, so, because I sew all these by hand, so.
And you do this by yourself?
Yeah, well, I sometimes, once when I was sewing stuffed animals for everybody in my class at church, I had my sister help, but that's it.
Just you and your sister and stuff. But you're the CEO, right? You're the boss. She said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all your friends, you got your friends from church and stuff, and they really liked it?
Yes.
I am so impressed with this type of entrepreneurial stuff. So you got you want to be a big time CEO in the Fortune 500 world when you grow up?
Yeah, I want to be a businesswoman.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's cool. So you're learning all that right now? Mm-hmm. And you're homeschooled?
I am homeschooled.
And how do you like homeschool?
It's fun. It's very flexible, and I can finish by lunchtime, which is great because I have time to do everything else.
So, and if you get something wrong on a test or something, you got to make the lunch?
No.
And that's good. And you want to go into marketing when you get older?
Yes.
Why does an 11-year-old really want? Well, I can get an idea why an 11-year-old wants to go into marketing. You don't want to be a princess?
No.
No. I'm sorry. You'd make a fine princess.
Thank you.
But so, if you want to be a princess, there's always room for CEO princesses and stuff. So, you got any other kind of things that you really enjoy doing?
Well, I enjoy swimming and I do choir, but I can't really incorporate business into that because we're swimming and singing in those, and then it's time to go home. But yeah, I like to swim and to sing.
You like to swim and sing? I know you got a beautiful voice. I heard it in church. You sing really well. Your mother has a beautiful voice too. You get it from your mother? Well, that's cool. Give it back sometimes too, in case she's the one homeschooling you. Yeah, so make sure she has a voice so that she'll be able to give you all the correct answers. What are these?
These are patterns. I can't find, for the turtle, I can't really find the bottom circle right now, but these are the patterns for the fins and the shell and the head. So there are the front fins. You need 2 of these, so you need 4 of these and 2 per like fin flipper thing. And then these are the back ones. And this is the shell. You need it 6 times to make the shell. And then this is the head. And that's to make the turtle.
And you drew all those and then?
Yes, I do draw these.
You draw those and then you cut those out and then you gotta put them all together and sew all those together to make the turtle?
Mm-hmm. And so when you sew it, it kind of gets smaller because you have to turn it inside out.
Oh, okay.
So this is the front flipper fin thing, and so this is what it is compared to the pattern. And so, yeah.
So then you gotta sew that first, turn it inside out, so you can, when you turn it inside right.
Well, you turn it inside out because the inside has all the seams
Oh, okay.
inside, and you don't want those showing.
Alright.
And so you have to have a point where you have to stuff it, so sometimes you try to make the stitches as small as possible, like right here.
Okay.
This is where the seam is. And where is this? Well, but yeah, there's a seam on every stuffed animal. And so, yeah, you have to turn them inside out so it looks clean and nice. And you have to hide a seam somewhere.
Wow, your friends must really enjoy you, because that's a lot of work to do. I wouldn't do any of it, tell you. It's way too much work for me. And this is your business card?
Yes, this is my business card. It's Blythe Crafts. We started with Blythe Creations, but that's already a store, apparently.
Yeah,
so
you run into that silly stuff.
And so this is Blythe Crafts. This is my logo that my sister drew me. And so there's all the information on the back, and yeah.
Oh, all right. So you got business cards, and you got a product line, and you got a patent that's probably patent. Do you patent that patent?
Well, I draw the pattern.
Okay, bye.
And I use it over and over. That's why there are lines, because I draw it out on the fabric.
Oh, okay. And then you cut the fabric out for that, and then you have to number them and sew them together, and
yes,
that's a lot of work. Sooner or later, you're going to get machines to do that?
Well, probably, but right now, sewing machines are my nemesis.
That's your nemesis?
Yes, I hate them.
Okay, your nemesis, folks. For all you smart people out there, you don't like them.
It's just because the first experience I had, and the second, and like the 15th, the sewing machine was broken, so it would not work.
It wouldn't work, so you do all this by hand?
Yes.
All right. And you sing and swim and go to church, and you do this for your friends, and then you'll sell them too?
Yes. Occasionally I get money for them, but usually I get stuff like trading cards.
Trading cards?
Yes, trading cards.
What do you mean trading cards? Pokemon cards or something?
Yes, I do really like Pokemon cards. But usually Pokemon cards. Usually I do in fact get trading cards for them.
All right. So you know you have great negotiating skills too.
Not
Folks, this girl's 11 years old and she's showing superior negotiating skills here. She's got marketing skills. She's got creative abilities and stuff. I'm sitting in the shadow of greatness here, so I'm feeling really, really empowered myself. I might have to flex a little bit to show how well I feel about being around such a really creative and impressive young individual. But she doesn't want to sing for us, but that's quite all right. We'll catch that some other time.
sure.
And everything. Well, I'm glad I could catch up with you to do this here with your busy day. You can go to school. Well, you got to go to school. You're 11. Yeah?
Yes.
But you don't cook.
I do not cook. I occasionally make spaghetti and things, but that's pretty much all I know how to make.
You're boiling the water? You
Yes.
better be. I can't even make spaghetti. I don't cook. I can eat out, though. So, have you named any of these guys, or just used
this one is my brother's.
Uh-huh.
So he named it Sea Slug. This one is mine. I named it Aqua.
Ah.
This one is Denim, and this is also my brother's. But yeah, the rest of them I haven't named.
Okay. So when you get a big product line, that's when you'll be having them really out there on display so people can see?
This was actually the first turtle I made, so I like to make like a couple turtles or a couple things in advance for like show off, but not to trade or sell.
Okay. Trade or sell, I hear you. Wow. That is so cool. And you take time, like I said, folks, she takes time out of her busy entrepreneurial schedule of making these these really exciting animals, and really looks like it's hard to do. I'm sure you've seen all that stuff. This doesn't look like it's stuff that's easy. To swim and sing and go to school and help out around the house by doing a whole lot of things for her mother and father, because she's a great learner. And she goes to the church and stuff like that. How's the church work?
Well, the reason I actually have a business is because of the church, because I'm homeschooled. There's no time for, and so out of being at home, there's only the church, the swimming, and the choir, and I can't really trade or get any business sort of thing at choir or swimming because we're busy singing, and right after that we go home. But with the church, there's time afterwards because our parents have to do callings, and it's like a social group. And so that's how I got my business here.
Okay, that's cool. But later when you get busy, I'm gonna come back and then we'll put you out there for the world to see, and they can see your website and all that kind of silly stuff that they put all those big older people like to do. Not like us kids, we like to keep it simple. Yeah, but them older folks, they put a lot of complications into things. You know how that works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I ain't growing up. Way too much work. Well, thank you, folks. I know you're impressed. I'm impressed. And like I said, I'm awed by the tenacity of this young lady to be able to do these things like that. This gives me hope that the world's going to stay around, and Muriel's probably going to be the leader of it with her business.
Probably not.
I think you're probably going to go into many more different enterprises as you mature. But don't mature too fast. Take a lot of years to get that maturity going.
Dr. Fitzgerald?
Dr. Fitzgerald? Yeah, at the UMass Memorial. He wants to auction off some of your animals right here.
Yeah, for cancer, for people who, so, yeah, money for cancer research, and so I'm going to be giving some of these to that so that they can auction it off, and so, yeah.
That's cool. You're going to actually start at 11 years old giving to fundraising organizations on a big level like that. That is really an you're more and more impressive by the second. It's like that is a really great, wonderful, nice thing to do. And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I hope that your auction goes really well, and they start buying these for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
People are probably going to be buying them for way more because it's like a donation while getting a stuffed animal.
Yeah, and then it'll be a symbol for some certain kind of cancer cure. Well, I'm going to have to get your autograph. Yeah. All right. I'm wishing you good luck and everything. You want to say anything special to the people out there?
No, unless people like kids who sew as young as me and have little siblings, do not let your younger siblings get your hands on your creations. My brother has gotten many of my stuffed animals because he's gotten attached to them.
Okay. So. You got that, folks? She's saying in the words of big people, make sure you give the love to your little people. Your little brothers and sisters, they need love too. Yes,
but don't let your creations get in their hands.
Yeah, but protect your creations. All right. Well, this is Trooper Joe from ArchAngel with Muriel right here, the budding entrepreneur, the next Fortune 500 CEO. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you later. All right, I'm out.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that was Muriel. We had a lot of fun doing that with Muriel. And you guys can see that. You can see the interview and see the stuffed animal product line that she has, and see Muriel herself on, go to facebook.com, ArchAngel, A Return to Chivalry. It was up on YouTube. I don't know how that works, so I'm not even going to mention it.
It's still on YouTube.
It's still on YouTube.
Yep.
So you can see it on YouTube, or you can just go to Facebook, Facebook.com or /com or something, isn't it?
Facebook.com/ArchAngel A Return to Chivalry.
Yeah, that's Facebook.com/ArchAngel A Return to Chivalry. Alright, then you can see Muriel. And that'll be a whole lot of fun. 'Cause we had a whole lot of fun doing that interview. Now, wasn't that interesting, folks? There's an 11-year-old child. There's other 11-year-old entrepreneurs out there, you know. I know there's a lot of talented young kids out there. I firmly believe that the young kids of today are taking it upon themselves to make inroads into correcting the wrongs that their parents have brought to this world. You know, they're out there, folks, in many different ways. They're in sports. The young kids are practicing their sports and in their business ventures, like Muriel's business and stuff. They're taking it very seriously. Much more serious than I did when I was 11 years old. But seems like the kids nowadays, they've created their own little communications, their own little way of seeing things, and did it without you parents, which is for me an amazing thing. I think the generation, when it started with the parents getting too involved with their kids, kind of messed the world up a little bit. They made the kids a little bit too needy. Kids grew up and they were still looking for that being serviced by their parents in some regard. But now the kids are on their own. They're saying, I'm tired of this. I'm going to take it over and we're going to make a better world for ourselves. And we'll take care of it. Kids take care of the elderly. Like me. You got to take care of me. I'm going to be elderly one day. And I need to be in a world that's comfortable and has a lot of good things going on with it. Yes, this little girl swims and sings. Well, I like that.
But can I say something real quick?
Yeah, okay.
One of the things about her that I really liked was she kind of gave me hope in the future. With all the talk about the politics now and Trump and the world's going to end with these presidents, once you did that interview with her, I said the future is going to be in good hands, no matter what. So I just wanted to say that I enjoyed the interview as well.
Yeah, I gotta have to echo that thing with Trump and everything. I was that's why I was stuttering a lot. I didn't want to go to the politics too much in this, but I feel like this is kind of like a flushing stage right now. Trump and Clinton, they're not suited to be presidents of the United States, and I can see that in kids don't want them either. You know, it's like that's how bad it is right at this point in time, that kids can actually see that these people, they can't rule this country. They can't lead this country anywhere. It's really just stupid. They're not saying anything. Yeah, and like Will said, I can sense the world's gonna be in some good hands in the future as long as we have some budding young children coming up that's gonna. I mean, they're just taking the initiative on their own. Just on their own. It's just coming right out of their own little heads, their own little creative things. Yeah. When you see the video, you'll see the work that she put into it. That speaks volumes, you know, for kids to put that much work and energy into a product. It's not easy to do, sewing by hand. I can attest to that. I don't sew. I don't darn socks. I don't knit. I don't crochet. I don't do any of those things. I'm lucky I can get on a shirt. You know, it's pretty hard to get all those holes lined up and put the tag in the back and stuff. Sometimes that gets a little complicated. So, but anyway, folks, I really was impressed with Muriel. It takes a lot of courage to do something like that. You know. That takes a heap of courage. You're putting yourself out there, for ridicule. It's like other little nasty little 11-year-olds would say, "What are you doing that for?" Why don't you do this? Why don't you be stupid like me or something like that? Because there's a bunch of kids out there too that are still stupid, But they don't want to be stupid anymore. And this is what's powerful that I see with a lot of kids now. They really don't want to be stupid. They want to have fun. Yeah, but they don't want to be stupid. I remember I was at one of the schools here, the public school, and from my point of view, the people that really needed to be sent to the principal's office and sent to detention was the principal and the teachers. Not so much the kids. The kids had worked out a system where they could get themselves yelled at for about 3 seconds and get expelled and go out and play because it's warm outside. You know, it's like that nobody was teaching these kids anything. So, but the kids, they can't teach themselves, people. You know, they can educate themselves in different type of things, and they can take risks. They have creative thoughts, and they have courage, and they have a lot of love too, because, you know, I sense that with a lot of kids too. They have a lot of empathy. They have a lot of love. I'm not surprised I wouldn't be surprised if I was walking down the street and it was raining out and I didn't have a coat. Some kids say, "Here, old man, want this coat?" You know, I wouldn't be surprised. That's just the way the kids are today. You know, I'd be surprised to see an adult do that. You know, they would wrap themselves up in my shirt. They said, "Give me that shirt." Nah, some of you adults are all right too. Some of you adults are all right, but I think that some of you adults can really benefit by taking time out to listen to and talk to your children and see, hey, you might got a budding entrepreneur right there in your kitchen, right there in your house, right there with you, and you're just not identifying this, so it's just going by the wayside. You might have a talented kid who wants to be a singer, or play sports, or be a scientist, or be a politician. I'm sure there's many kids out there who probably think right at this point in time that they could do a better job at being a politician than the two that's running. Actually, I don't even think I know there's kids out there right at this time who know that they could do a better job than Hillary or Donald Trump. You know? And that's sad. That's real sad. Not for the kids, because this 4 years here, that 11-year-old child, at the end of the 4 years, she'll be 15. And at 15 years old, her mind's going to be increased. She's going to have better understanding on a whole lot of things, simply because it's a passion. And it's a passion that's not being kicked to the curb by the parents. It's a passion that's being encouraged. So there's going to be a lot of good things happening, and I'm sure Muriel's going to be one of the leaders in that. And I'm also sure that there's other kids out there that's going to be right there with her, right there on the top of the pier. I know my 2 little grandsons are going to be there. I already know that because I got a big belt. No, no, because I give them a lot of love. Their mother gives them a lot of love. They're not spoon-fed love now. Oh no, they do something wrong, they might have to taste a hand across that behind, you know, but yeah, that doesn't even happen anymore, to tell you the truth. That was way back in the day when you're trying to not break them, but trying to let them know that, especially how to stop. You know, for me that was one of the hardest things with kids was, you know, taking them, when I say stop, I want you to freeze. They couldn't understand. I understood because, you know, I see those things coming. You know, I say stop, you freeze, because there might be a car coming that's out of control. And if you don't stop, you're looking around, you know, wondering what's going on. You continue walking and then you get hit by a car. You know, so that was one of the hardest training things that I had. But they seem to master that now. So when you say stop, they stop and they look. You know, just like a dog. Come here. No. Pretty much the same kind of basic thing like that. But those are important. Anyway, I'm going to move on to a little bit of different type of subject now. It's still going to be staying with the same thing. I'm going to give you some ArchAngel advice on how to raise your budding little entrepreneurs. Yeah? I know you're saying you don't have any advice for me how to raise my little entrepreneur. But I got a little tiny bit, it ain't much. Put those glasses. It's over here. So let me get out my, oh yeah, book. Here it is, folks. That's right. Aesop's Fables. That's right. If you ever want to know anything about the world, you go grab this kid's book. And you start reading this kid's book, because it's all in there. That's why these kids are so smart, you know. This is all in there. They got, this is a kid's book, and this kid's book is what's needed to run this world. I'm gonna have to send a copy to whoever becomes president. Yeah, because they're gonna need this stuff. Because this is powerful stuff here. But where'd the page go? 238. Oh, she got the wrong page. Alright, well, I'm looking for this page that I had marked. We're gonna, oh yeah, here it is. I found it. I'm gonna read to you just a little bit right now so that you people can really enjoy this. Get your kids, y'all sit down, get your popcorn. Y'all sit down around the radio or whatever, wherever you're sitting, and get ready to hear some of this. The laborer and the snake. Okay? A laborer's little child, this is a little dark, so you know, maybe you want to hold some of your little kids' ears. A laborer's little son was bitten by a snake and died. The father was beside himself with grief, and in his anger against the snake, he caught up an axe and went and stood close to the snake's hole and watched for a chance to kill it. Presently the snake came out, and the man aimed a blow at it, but only succeeded in cutting off the tip of its tail. Before wiggling it in again, he then tried to get it to come out a second time, pretending that he wished to make up the quarrel. But the snake said, "I can never be your friend because of my lost tail, nor you mine because of your lost son." And here's the moral of the story here. Injuries are never forgotten in the presence of those who caused them. Alright? I like that one because that we're talking about a projection into the future of this country and in the future of the world. And right now, you know, we are being injured by the way things are going right now in this world. And those injuries should never be forgotten. And they can't never be forgotten. But they're on both sides, just like that there. The snake lost not that much. The investment wasn't as great as the laborer. The laborer lost a child. Snake lost a little bit of his tail. But still, you know, both of them had losses due to one due to revenge, and the other one doing by instinct of what a snake does. But anyway, the injuries that happen, that we are facing right now, that can't be forgotten and stuff, don't have to be passed on though. You know, you don't have to. You can't forget those injuries, but you don't have to pass them on to your children. And what I'm talking about is in some people say you have to know where you came from in order to know where you're going. You know, and in some regards that's true if you're a truck driver. But if you're not a truck driver, folks, and you're a person, it's best to have an understanding, yes, of who you are. You know, not where you came from, but who you are. Who your people were that made you who you are, if you identify with that. Who the closeness people are, your family and friends, your culture. All those things are important in shaping who you are. It gives you some kind of, something tangible to grab onto. You know? But the other things in that, it's just not the words. You want to know if your grandfather and your grandmother were were laborers, you want to let your kids know, you know, that they made this as a product and stuff like that. See that building? See that bridge? You know, your grandfather helped build that bridge. He was a laborer on that bridge. You know, that's powerful. That gives them something to see. See, you see that these products in the store? Your folks used to grow those products and stuff. That's how they made their living, and that's how they brought that living to you. And that's powerful. All that's powerful. So, but you can take your injuries that you have, and don't forget them. You know, you might have known your grandfathers and stuff in a different way than the grandchildren now would know their great grandparents, and so you don't want to give the great grandparents the burden of carrying around the injuries that their great grandfather and grandmother had to go through to get, without giving them the good things that they did. Like I said, they built that bridge. They built, you know, and a lot of people don't even realize that, you know, Washington D.C. was built by people. You know, long time ago. There's a lot of people that were involved in building Washington D.C. Most of them were people of color. Now, it's nice to say, yeah, you know, your ancestry built Washington D.C. Look at all them fine structures like that. These are, for me, these are important things that we need to send on to our kids. Because, like I said, in doing that, it's going to give them a sense of pride to know that I can do things too. It's not the same thing that their grandparents done, because the world's different. They might say, you know, I know that I can be an astronaut. Because, why do you know you can be an astronaut? Well, because my grandfather and everything was a taxi driver, or he was a bus. He drove a bus, or he did something like this, and he was in the transportation. He was in, and that has absolutely nothing to do with being an astronaut, other than it shows that your grandfather was doing something, you know. And he did that so that he could enjoy himself. He had a good life, because everybody, when he comes home, he's not going to bring home all the misery and stuff. But seems like those kind of things have gotten away from people. Now everybody's going to complain and seek out the victimization that they can take home and have at the dinner table. You know, your grandfather was a slave, and he was brought over here from Africa and stuff like that. And, you know, the kids nowadays are asking, what's Africa like? They're not hearing, because they've heard this word all the while about being a slave and being these things, and like never asking what's it like in Africa. You know, this is something you can tell them. You don't have to just tell them what it was like in the deep south. You know, because I don't know if you know what it was like to be in the deep south. A lot of people really themselves don't know. But it's not even fair to give them the injuries that you were carrying around with you. Yeah, I think that this little parable here, the injury for those people right there, yeah. Will a snake and the laborer ever get along? I don't know. I really don't know. But you know, should you bring all the negative victimization and pile it on your child, so that your child grows up and they don't have a sense of accomplishments, because you didn't give him anything that was an accomplishment. You only gave him something that was a negative. You have to give them something that's a positive too. You have to let them know that you know, you're here because your ancestry stood tall and firm against all kinds of adversity and overcame that adversity to some degree. I don't know what degree that is, but to some degree, and that's all right. That's all right. That's what made you who you are, little grandchildren. So I mean, I really feel that the kids are taking this and doing it themselves. They're not even waiting for the adults to give them this kind of information. They're taking it on themselves. You know, they're reading books They're looking at things. They're not just reading comic books. They're reading real books. They're on the internet and they're on Facebook. And I don't even think they're on Facebook anymore. I think they done created their own new system because too many adults on there. But yeah, the kids are moving on. They're making inroads into doing things because they want to. And it's not in my eyes, it's not fair to try to give them a big bag of victimization. You know? Again, they should know what happened, you know, in history. History's still history, so they should know that what happened, that's all right. But not internalizing what happened as though, well, that happened to my great-great-grandfather, so because of that, this is why I can't do anything. Well, he built that bridge. He built Washington D.C. He grew those plants. You know, he had the courage of his own convictions to take on and be a sharecropper. That's hard work. You betting against the future in a system that's against you. But it's like, well, I can't stop. I got to feed my people and stuff like that. I got to feed not only were they feeding this family, they were also feeding the extended family, and they were feeding the people that were associated with the extended family that might not have been able to make a profit on those sharecropping type of things. All the while being in a very, very harsh environment against a certain class of people. You know? And that's pop. You don't have to say, yeah, they were still slaves even though they weren't slaves at the time. So that's why today, 100 and something years later or something like that, that you don't have a chance in the world. That's wrong. And I think the sorriest part about the wrong is that the adults don't, you don't see it. The kids are saying, okay, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Ma, that was fine, but I'm moving on now. You know, I'll be back home in a little while, but I have to go over here and play some kind of extended video game or go into something like this here because I can do that. And then there's the other ones who say, well, I'm going over here and I'm going to take the whole video thing apart and see what makes it tick, and then I'm going to make it better. You know, there's a lot of kids out there that do this here, making it better. They may not take the toasters apart like they used to make a better mousetrap out of a toaster, but they're always, now they're because of the technology and because of the access to these internets and things, these kids are much different than the kids that you were when you were a kid. And by trying to give them that false sense of victimization, you know, is really detrimental, because if you succeed in giving them that false sense of victimization, the thing that really happens is you gave them something that's defeating them. You know? I mean, if you're going to really give them anything, give them a false sense of productivity. You can give them that. That's quite all right. And it's not a false sense, it's a positive sense. Tell them that they're great, tell them they could do this. Yeah, one other thing I like to tell you people too, when you got little kids and you're always worrying about the new math and everything, never tell your kids you stunk at math. Anybody can figure out 1 and 1 is 2. So until you get into advanced geometries and trigonometries, don't worry about it, folks. Don't tell your kid, yeah, I wasn't good at math either. Let them have their own fantasy that their parents are the greatest mathematicians alive, you know? Because at 7 years old and stuff, you are the greatest mathematician alive. You got that 1 and 1 down. I know you do. At least I hope you do. You know, so that's what I wanted to talk about here with the laborer and the snake. You know, both of them, and they both lost. You know, they lost. The snake lost a tail, and the laborer lost a son. The snake has to stay in his hole and he can't come out because the laborer's going to chop his head off, and the laborer has to stay there and not go out there and do his work because he's waiting to kill the snake. And then as time go by, one will be a belt, and I don't know what the other one will turn into, but it's not a very good thing to pass on to your children. So anyway, folks, don't do it. Just give them positive feedback. Lie if you have to about something positive. If you really find it that hard not to say anything that's positive, and negative has so overcome you that you can't find anything positive, do something. Make it up. There's a lot of positive out there. You won't even be making it up. Just open your own eyes to it and look around. You'll see it. You know, you'll see it. And give it to your kids, because that's what they want. Because these kids right now, their creative minds are so much more advanced than mine was anyways, and probably a lot of the parents out there, they are so much more. They're not cognitively smarter than you are. No, you smarter than they are right now, but that ain't gonna last, folks. That ain't gonna last unless you keep feeding that negative stuff on them so that they don't advance and they lose their creative thoughts and stuff. I don't know. I was totally impressed by Muriel in taking it upon herself to be an entrepreneur at 11 years old. Obviously it started before 11 years old. She was probably 9 years old when she had a creative thought, and she had the courage, and she had the love of her friends and stuff around her to go ahead and make stuffed animals by hand, sewing it. And all you people who tune in on the Facebook, you'll see just how nice these things look. You know, that's powerful, folks. You know, kids are just like that. They're all just like that right now. It's scary. I don't even like talking to kids. They talk better than I do. You know, they smarter than me. And yeah. Alright, I'm going to play a little song for you, and I'm going to get out of here. But wait, all you people that's on the air right now, don't go anywhere, because we're going to have another session after this here. I don't know how long it'll last, but we're going to have another session with the Massachusetts. Yeah, that's where they're from.
Women of Color Coalition.
Women of Color Coalition. That's right, we got some interviews with some very powerful women coming up after this show here. Alright, so Trooper Joe's gonna play a little song for you, and then I'll be right back.
VOV 91.3, Voices of Voiceless, we in the house. I'm Nate Peter Ghost, Barack King X, Kuta Kente, 1 foot off.
Same Mike, Michael J. Thriller, Mike Talk a Lot, Nego Spiritual, Beautiful Mind, Jesus Crack, Mike Camera Action, I'm in the building.
What's going on? VOV, Voice of the Voiceless. It's your man Keith Report, a.k.a. Sir Lord Keys the Thought, a.k.a. Keys to Life, the one-man team.
And I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm here to keep it real for you.
Tune in to Voice of the Voiceless every Tuesday, 12 to 1.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Truth It, and I'm inviting you 5 p.m. Mondays through Fridays to tune into the 5 o'clock shadow. On the 5 o'clock shadow, we talk about current events, and no subject is off the table. I ain't scared. We also want you to be a part of the show. We encourage you to call in and give your opinion on whatever it is that's on your mind. Just know that weekdays at 5 o'clock, it's time to buckle up because you're going for a wild ride. Catch Rich, Natalie, and your boy Truth It on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock shadow, only on 7averadio.com.